is,
That's what's up.
because I knew we were gonna have a conversation with him. So
Absolutely, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. All right.
You want to get into the book first? You want to talk a little bit about the book?
Yeah. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that?
You want to
Um.
give a synopsis of the book a little bit?
A synopsis of the book. In the book, Black Supremacy. This book right here. I outline. Well, first I make a premise.
Oh, sorry.
Um,
Hold on one second. Let me just see. I get caught up.
yeah, this book right here. I basically I make a claim, a premise that Black people are supreme. Um, but not just naturally born supreme, but because of our resilience and our innovativeness, we are supreme. There's no group of people on the face of the planet that have been oppressed more than Black people, but there's no group of people on the face of the planet that have been more innovative than Black people. So based on that premise alone, we are supreme, and if we do the things that allowed our ancestors to be supreme in the face of oppression, then we'll rise out of the oppression we're currently facing. Um, that's pretty much what I outline in the book. I go over, the centuries of oppression we faced, and also, our accomplishments over these various centuries.
Hmm.
Nice, nice.
Well, I pretty much you kind of gave an idea of why you wrote the book, and reading it's very very factual. A lot of facts in there, a lot of research done. Um, but do you truly feel like there is a realistic solution for Black people to gain back the ground that they lost over these centuries?
Yeah, in the book, I have a chapter called Solutions where I outline like legitimate solutions if we were to follow them. One of the solutions that I have in the book is becoming like financially literate.
Hmm.
That's a big thing that we lack on. Even myself being educated, um, I didn't find out till like later in life, like about financial literacy. Like over the last like 5 years, I've become more financially literate. I started flipping houses. I learned about like capital gains and things like that.
Hmm.
If we knew about these things, then we would be more successful. Like a lot of us come from backgrounds where our parents didn't own a home and we don't know about home ownership. A lot of Black people don't even know how to purchase a home. They don't even look towards purchasing a home. They just look towards renting. Um, if I would have known how easy it was to just purchase a home, if you have the income, if you have the credit, and you could just take out money from your 403b or 401k and go invest in a property, I would have did it sooner. I
Mm,
Hmm.
bought my first property about 3 years ago now.
nice,
Um,
congrats.
thank
Yeah,
you. If I
congrats.
would have known that, I would have just purchased a home sooner rather than paying rent.
Hmm.
Right,
Gotcha,
right,
gotcha.
right, right, right. So you're saying that master capitalism,
Right.
basically. Like we're here, we're playing the game. Just get good at it, right?
That's what you heard?
That's what I heard.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Uh,
That's
sorry.
what I heard. I mean,
That
am I off?
that's just one solution. Financial literacy.
Right, right.
There's a bunch of
I
things like
I think you say education as well too, right?
education, properly educated, a real education, not the
Properly educated.
yeah, not the education that they're giving us in these schools.
Hmm.
Because I'm a teacher, and it's ridiculous what's going on in our schools. Um, the DOE chancellor David Banks, he doesn't care about Black people. It's ridiculous what he's
Calling
doing.
names.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
he's the DOE chancellor. He's in charge, and he had made a rule um where you a child could come into the school and you could name your son James, and he could tell you he wants you to call him Melissa. And he said, for the teachers, we can't tell the parents that the child wants you to call him a different name.
Hmm.
He said you could be exposing the child to some harm by telling their own parent. I'm like,
That's
what kind
wild.
of nonsense is that? And then when you look at the history, see, I look at it from a historical standpoint. Black people can't look at history the same way other racial groups can, because emasculating a Black child is different from emasculating a child of another race. They didn't face the same history that we faced. during slavery, it was a goal to emasculate the black boy so that they wouldn't rebel. One of the last living slaves in America, his name was Fountain Hughes, and he died in 1957. This is one of the last living slaves in America and died in 1957. He's on recording saying how they tried to emasculate the slaves and how they put him in a dress until he was 15 years old. So when I hear a little black boy come in school and he says, "Oh, call me she and her," or "call me Melissa," and my father named me Michael, you darn right I'm gonna tell the father. I don't care what this chancellor's saying. So a proper education is not what they're doing in these schools. You have McGraw-Hill textbooks. In the textbooks, this is in 2015. In the textbooks, yeah, we grew up on McGraw-Hill
Yeah,
textbooks.
you said that name.
In social studies, yeah,
right,
sound
right.
familiar. In the textbooks, they was calling the transatlantic slave trade a migration.
That's wild.
So they was trying to reduce what our ancestors went through to a migration, like they had a choice, like they just came over here
Word.
willingly.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. When I say an education, it's the stuff that I'm talking about, like with knowing about Fountain Hughes and Sylvester McGee and Cujo Lewis and all of these different names that people don't know about. They also don't teach. I mean, I teach it because I know it's important, but the other teachers, they don't teach it. But I teach about this. I teach my students about black inventors. Like a lot of people, they open the doorknob, they open the door every day. They don't know that Osborne Dorsey invented that. A black man invented the doorknob and the doorstop. We pass traffic lights every day. They don't know that a black man invented that. Garrett Morgan invented the traffic light and the gas mask. We keep our water and drinks and stuff cool. They don't know about Franklin McKinley Jones, who invented the portable refrigerator and stuff like that.
Yeah.
These are black inventions that we don't get to learn about.
Right.
They teach us about the same black people. You're gonna know about Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Dr. King, Malcolm X. That's pretty much where
Yeah,
it
maybe
stops.
Malcolm X, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jackie
Yeah.
Robinson.
Yeah,
Like
we'll get that.
that's pretty much where it stops.
Malcolm's
Like,
not getting prime time. Malcolm's not getting prime
like
time.
that's
Work,
pretty much
work. You know,
that's pretty much where it stops. They're not giving them a proper education and teaching them things that can be useful in life, like financial literacy skills, like true health skills, and habits, healthy habits as to how to eat to live and things like that,
Yeah.
and how to be active and properly exercise. So
Right.
I'm like a living, like everything that I say, I live by it. So
Right,
like people
right.
could see in my life, like I'm healthy physically. I believe in strong body, strong mind, strong spirit. And if our kids had that, and if our people did that, we would climb out of this hole.